Hello everybody, and welcome to this week's energy update for January 8th through to the 15th. We have quite the reading this week, and I'll be honest, a lot wanted to kind of channel, but I was also really feeling to just kind of live channel as well. So I'm going to be referencing some of my notes, but I'm really just feeling like a lot wanted to come through live. So I'm going to be doing a little bit of that today as well. And of course, if there's any guides and messages that want to come through as we go, I will definitely be relaying that for this week ahead. So first off, just want to say I hope you all are having a great beginning to your year, and really allow yourself the past week or more to just drop into your needs, to release what this needs to look like as we start again, because once again we have this very heavy reminder that we're in the midst of Mercury retrograde and these shadows are needing to come to light. So I just wanted to start this reading off by removing any of that heaviness and really allowing yourself the freedom to be in that experience, whatever that has been for you. And as we shift into this next week as well, just going in with that openness and compassion and giving yourself that grace, because it's sometimes challenging when we go through these shifts and changes that these energies and these alignments within the planets can really kind of spearhead in our reality. And so I'm just really hearing for us this week to remain open, to keep your heart open, and to remember the beauty that's still just around you. And what I'm kind of hearing is I almost said around the corner, and then it was like, nope, around you right now. So it's like really take stock of the beauty. Don't lose sight of the beauty that exists in life already and that's available to you right now, regardless of how dark things may seem, regardless of the challenges that might be surfacing for you. But recognize that these are just layers of dense energy that need to be acknowledged, that need to be seen, and then released, so you can move into this new newness, this new chapter for life. So what we're going through right now, the past couple weeks and through this time, as we're really going through this shedding and this experience of, I almost want to say spiritual awakening at this time as well, where a lot of us are waking up to the old ways of being, how things no longer really resonate with who we really are. And as we move into this week, I'm really seeing this huge theme of breaking free. So this was the first thing that really wanted to be talked about on today's update, was freeing ourselves and emerging from the old into the new. So what I really kept seeing was this emerging of a fully grown person from an egg. And so with that, it's like we were in that incubation stage. We were in that developmental stage of life, and perhaps even in our spirituality, where we were growing, we were getting the vital nutrients we needed. We were getting what we needed to move on and create this new chapter. And that's what I'm really seeing, is we're now breaking free from that eggshell, that incubation period, coming out of the cave, so to speak. And we're starting to really see who we are and who we are now. And this is such a theme that's been really rising up in the collective the past year, I would say, or more, where it's like, okay, it's time to free ourselves. It's time to get real. Who am I? Who do I want to be? And I'm seeing a lot of us doing this inner work and to acknowledge that. So like kind of what I've referenced before in the beginning of this update, it's like, honor what you've come through, grieve those chapters of the past of who you've been, but now's the time to start stepping out into the world as this new, fully formed version of you, this grown-up version of you. And I'm seeing a lot of us take our power back this week and really abolish any sort of division in life. They're making me feel a lot in the pinky on the right side. So whenever they kind of give me this zinger in my pinky, it's always very representative of family, believe it or not. The pinky is very symbolic of family ties. And with that, I'm really feeling that energy come in this week. So if you've been having conflict within your family, if you've been having an unsettling feeling, because that's kind of what I'm feeling, it's like things haven't been fully resolved. It's like really allow yourself to be in that energy of yourself, of your authentic self, and really step into your glory. So it's like no matter what happens, you're being true to you. And they're showing me this warrior energy. So it's like even with people we love, sometimes we have to negate that need to please and really remove that tendency of people pleasing and bending and accepting or settling because we love someone. And instead, we're needing to own our power this week and be all of who we are, regardless if it upsets even people we love, because this is you. This is your authentic self, and to remove any sort of shame from that, because I'm really seeing that come in as like this old energy that perhaps has weighed you down for long enough. And yeah, they're showing me someone hunched over with a bunch of weight on their back. So it's like, do you want to keep carrying that into your new experience, into this new life that you're creating for yourself? And if not, it's time to put that burden down. It's time to step into your power, to stand strong, to stand tall, and to really recognize when you do that and you embrace your unique energy and you step into your frequency, your unique energy signature, it's like that frequency echoes out into the world and really instates healing in the world. The moment we claim our power, the moment we start being ourselves, that's healing ourselves, and that's thus putting out that frequency, which raises the vibration of the collective. So it's like really start seeing the role you play and how it's important. You know, a lot of times we could get very involved in our own lives and in our own circumstances that are in front of us at the moment that we forget the big picture. And they're really showing this be so vital, important this week as we rise into who we are, that we really capture our divine essence and we really start unapologetically claiming ourselves, our authenticity. So that can look like as simply putting in boundaries. You know, this was a huge theme from last week as well. You know, claiming power can sometimes be as simple as saying no, as saying yes to life, you know, putting up those boundaries, moving into things of confidence, trusting yourself, trusting your innate ability to know what's right for you, and taking action upon that trust, okay? Because they're really showing me someone strong, and it's coming from this essence of the solar plexus. So our power, our confidence, our ability to become the leader of our lives. And so this week that's very spearheaded is this warrior energy. And I am seeing some challenges come in. And so it's like really embrace those challenges though as opportunities to be more yourself, opportunities to claim more of who you are. So if you're challenged this week by that, if you're challenged to fall prey to people pleasing, if you're challenged to, fall prey to people who take advantage, I'm really hearing choose different this week, become that leader. And they're showing me this bear totem. So bear is so symbolic of strength, of power, but also this innate inner knowing. The bear habitually goes and actually hibernates over the winter season. So it takes advantage of those seasons of time, and it goes in, it retreats, it makes sure that it has the proper nourishment to get through the winter. And these are all things that come when we are in our powers. We look after our needs, we make sure we get the guidance we need, we retreat into the cave when it's time to retreat to the cave. And so they're also showing me use your power in a way that's also very what's the word I'm looking for? very empowering for you. So it's almost like taking responsibility. There we go. Responsibility for our health, for ourselves. And this might be a period where you might need to incubate and really take care of yourself. And that means putting in standards for life, putting in priorities that really reflect what your needs are now and meeting those needs and putting in those boundaries to make sure it happens, right? So once again, they're kind of showing me some of us nervous in doing this, but it's like claim your power this week. This is a huge theme. So break free, emerge from the egg. And what's interesting, when we do this, I'm actually feeling this almost much needed sensation of home dropping into the heart space. So a lot of us have not felt home within ourselves, because one thing we start learning in the spiritual path is a lot of times we can start seeking outside of ourselves. We can start searching for that love, for that validation, for that connection from relationships, from even our spiritual source. But we tend to forget the divine truth is that we have all the answers within, that we have, the power. We have everything within us. And so it's super important for us to come back to our home, the center within ourselves, the throne of our heart, the throne of our soul, and actually sit there, own it. And it's really this sensation that they're making me feel is just total confidence, comfort, that moment where you can just exhale and go, I'm home, and it's the beauty of that. And it's like, imagine if you felt that way within yourself, within the deepest recesses of your soul, your body, your heart, your mind, where it's just like, I don't have to worry about anything because I'm home. I have my comfort. I'm comforting myself. I'm empowered. I have the structures that keep me safe. I have all the tools necessary within me to look after me now. And it's like this haven that we begin to retreat to. And it's beautiful because we're providing that. We're not looking outside of ourselves anymore for that external feeling of love, of comfort, of home. We're finding that peace within ourselves at last. That's beautiful. It just came in at last. It's beautiful. So with that, we're really being called to embrace these harmonizations between the divine feminine and divine masculine energies this week as well. So really go in like bear. It's powerful, it's vicious, but it's also that totem of introspection. So it's like that perfect totem to help you harmonize both energies. So I'm seeing really call in bear totem this week, really go into the qualities of bear, and I'm seeing that be very assisting for us. So the next thing we're going into is allowing ourselves to use our voice. So once again, carrying through this theme from last week a bit of communication, but what I'm actually seeing alternatively to what we typically think with this theme, which is, I need to communicate my truth to someone, or I need to specifically have a reconciliation. Take that if it resonates for you. But what I'm more so getting is recognizing your voice gives voice. Okay, now this is a very strong statement. So when we start channeling spirit, when we start connecting with the universe, and we really step in to that role, that divine essence of self, and we claim that power, we recognize that we've always been connected to oneness. Right? So we're learning a lot about this, how we're all connected, how our guides speak through us, how the universe speaks through us, how we literally living our lives are an echo of source. We are that direct connection. It's like recognizing that whatever you are here to say, whatever it is that you are here to do, it's like you are giving that voice of the universe, and you're able to speak that truth out into the world. So it's recognizing how much power us as individuals hold. And when we start recognizing that and we start seeing that it's so much more than just ourselves in this universe, there's so much more connection and beauty to be had. And the more we share our authentic voice, our love-based truth, that is echoing and speaking for the universe. So I'm really seeing a lot of us needing to not hold ourselves back anymore. Speak from your heart. Share yourself. Share what needs to be said from your soul space and really connect with that truth, okay? So this week, be very mindful. How are you giving voice to the oneness of all that is? What is your voice currently saying? And are you recognizing the power your words hold? So be very mindful of your speech this week. Remember, we are not here to tear down. We're here to uplift the collective energies. So it's like, how can I start really taking control of my energy, of my voice, of what I say, what I think, and really come to that understanding that it is my responsibility to contribute to the collective in a way that's positive, that's healing. And it's like, that is up to each of us individually by the way we live life. So absolutely stunning reminder this week. Remember, angels speak through you. Spirit speaks through you. The universe speaks through you. You are that child of the universe. So what are you speaking? What are you saying? Okay? And with that, embracing who you are. And this moves into gifts. So I'm really hearing to redefine what a gift is. Okay, so with this is so interesting. A lot of times when we start our spiritual path especially, we can look at others and compare ourselves, and we can get into this habit of, well, this person has such an amazing gift or ability to, do the spiritual work, to connect with guides, to connect with spirit. And one thing that I'm a huge advocate for is that anybody can. And to remember this week, okay? So if you find yourself comparing yourself, if you're like, you know what, I don't think I'm good enough, I don't think I'm worthy, I don't think I can, check yourself and recognize, no, everybody here has that innate connection with the divine, and there is nothing you can do to destroy that, to get rid of it. The only thing you can do is deny it. And the more we deny it, the more the universe tends to resist this. And the more it starts coming in. So it's like, really start trusting yourself and recognize that connecting with the divine is not a gift. It is your right. Okay? So this is super important for us. It is our divine right just by existing. A lot of us are taught that there must be a certain formula, a certain structure, a certain set of rules. We must be this, we must come from this bloodline, we must have, this gift at birth to be able to connect with spirit, to connect with the universe, to connect with God, whatever you resonate with. And that is so untrue. And it's starting to really come through in the collective energies this week, especially, where we're starting to say, you know what? I'm going to buck those rules. I'm going to buck those ideas that really are based in separation. So see how a lot of our belief systems are based in shaming ourselves, but also making us feel separate from the universe, separate from our guides, separate from God. And we're learning now that that couldn't be further than the truth. And when we connect with that divine essence within, when we start connecting with our divine truth within ourselves, we start seeing and we start feeling that truth that we've always known, that we are connected already. So if you've forgotten, if you have simply ignored that truth, it's time to awaken to it again. It's time to start taking those steps and really start analyzing the beliefs you have, and if they're beliefs you want to continue to believe in your life. So much about embracing our divine right to connect and to remove any sort of shame or lies that have hidden this truth from us that we've always been gifted. Okay? And really redefine that. Connection is not a gift, it's a right. All right? So we're really emerging from this energy of isolation, of separation and shame, and we're starting to breathe freely. And I just keep feeling like, at last, finally, so many of us have been so stuck in those programs of life that we have disowned the spiritual self. And what I'm seeing is this harmonization is so coming in to help us free ourselves from those programs that keep us small, that keep us feeling estranged to connecting with God, connecting with the universe. And it's like we're needing to remove this veil that keeps us in a state of separation. And once more, if this is something that's been a challenge for you, don't be surprised if these beliefs come to challenge you this week, okay? So really have that awareness as we move in that these challenges might come in to make you question, to make you go deeper, that make you want to go in and really connect with your soul self and go, what's true for me? Okay? So don't be scared if all of a sudden you find yourself in a state of confusion. You don't know what you believe anymore. You're not sure what's real, what's true. Come back to that innate knowledge. Come back to your home, to yourself. And instead of making things so serious, get curious, get inspired, start getting playful, and then go in and go, hey, okay, if this belief isn't resonating for me anymore, that doesn't mean I need to once again cause more division in my life, but instead this is a call for me to start exploring what resonates with me as an individual. And they're saying this might come in relationships a lot this week. So it's like, how can I once again stay in a state of oneness and acceptance and compassion for the human condition that we're in, and really start having compassion for others' viewpoints as well, and recognizing there is room for all of us on earth. There is room for every single person's point of view and perspective, and recognizing that we don't always have to all agree. And coming to that true acceptance is what really makes life become easy for us. It becomes a state of harmony as opposed to a state of constant resistance. And that's what I'm really seeing come through this week, is this beautiful opportunity for us to come to harmony again, to oneness, to love, okay? So don't give up. Don't fall victim to circumstance this week, and really hold your station. How can I show up in compassion, in love, even if somebody perhaps is even being vindictive against me, even trying to start an argument, a battle, a war, whatever it is within your relationships or in life in general. Whatever that chaos that comes in, what can you learn from it? What is it teaching you? And it could be as simple as, how can I remain in my peace? How can I remain in that state of oneness that I know resonates with me? And how can I come home to myself and not feel unshaken, shaken by it? And so I'm really seeing we need to hold our stance. So they're showing us planting our feet, rooting them into the earth, and holding a strong stance. So whatever comes, we're not swiftly knocked over. And with that, it's like, hold your station, hold your stance in love, no matter what comes. And you will be amazed at what starts changing in your life, and how things that previously challenged you, it's like, water off a duck's back. It no longer takes you back. It no longer knocks you down or knocks you over. You're beginning to feel that strength within yourself. So I'm really seeing us needing to connect with our center a lot. So a lot coming up to work with the solar plexus. So they're showing me meditation, purposely holding the solar plexus space. So that's the midline of the body, our tummy area, right where that belly button kind of is. That's where we want to be focusing our attention and empowering ourselves. So they're actually suggesting really go into empowering activities, things that make you feel strong, that make you feel good, and do that this week. So regardless of what happens, you're actually cultivating that intended strength of will, intended strength of body and mind and soul. So they're showing me exercise, they're showing me yoga, they're showing me breath work, meditation with that set intention to connect with your inner strength. Because I'm really seeing it's important. So whatever comes up, we're remaining steadfast and being true to who we are, which is love, right? So absolutely beautiful, like unbelievable energies this week. So with that, from there, we have this very whimsical theme, and it's magical. That's very fairy tale like that's the energy I feel this week that's coming in, and it's like connect with that magical essence of life. So once again, a lot of us get sidetracked. A lot of us forget how to become playful in life, how to remember to let down the seriousness of it and participate like a child in life again. And so I'm really seeing that be important. It's like, what were things that you really loved and enjoyed doing as a child? And how can you recapture that fun, that essence of joy in your experience now, regardless of what is happening around you? And they're really saying prioritize joy, prioritize the magic of life, because that's truly mastering yourself. It's like happiness doesn't come later. Happiness is what we commit to now. And we can have that power to call in at any moment in life, no matter what the experience is. So I'm really hearing, really connect with that playful energy this week and be present. Be in the present moment. So what are activities that do that for you? Really start thinking about that, really starting getting deeper. What is it that makes me feel connected to the universe, that makes me believe in fairies? They're really showing me the Peter Pan, I believe in fairies, I believe in fairies. It's like, when did we lose that magical element in life, and how can we start recapturing that? So take a look at your life. Where is it that you could infuse a little bit more passion and play, and take those steps that you're guided to this week? From there, we have take a break and tap in, okay? And what was so cool was I kept feeling like the drums. I felt feeling the drum beat. And it's like really connect with earth energy this week. So I'm hearing dance, sing, connect with nature, listen to drumming, because I'm really getting the drums strong right now. So it's like, listen to the drum beat of the earth, the heartbeat of the earth. Connect with why you came. Okay, so this was such a beautiful reminder. It's like, why are you here? What do you feel connected to? What is your purpose that you feel? And how can you really start honing that purpose? So once again, get passionate, get excited, start connecting with your passions like you never have before. And we're seeing this huge rise in creativity here. So I'm seeing a lot of us get a rush of creativity, a rush of inspiration. And I'm seeing some of us need to actually go and do things that bring on that energy. So what inspires you? So if you're someone you love art, then how often do you actually go and look at art? How often do you go and participate in those types of functions? Do you go to an art gallery? Do you actually peruse other people's work? Do you listen to inspiring messages? What is it that you need to get yourself ignited, and do that? Because once again, we tend to make all of those things that we actually enjoy last on our list of priorities. And so I'm seeing we need to reprioritize joy, reprioritize your purpose. Why are you here? And they're really showing me how our manifestations can get sidetracked by the energies we're currently focusing on. So once again, where is your energy being placed? And is it being placed to where you really want it to be? So once again, we can get caught up in the stories of I need this to be happy. I want to manifest this life before I get to have a joyful experience. And once again, we're getting this direction. That is so not true. What you focus on in this moment is what's manifesting for your future. So really be mindful, what is your purpose? Are you putting your energies to your purpose? And if not, start, okay? Reignite that passion. Why is it you do what you do? Why is it that you want to do what you want to do? Put that emotion, that energy behind it and funnel it towards that channel, okay? This is so important. Next, from here, we have this reminder. You are special. You are unique. You are here to be you, okay? So I'm really seeing a lot of us need to connect with, once again, why we came, who we are now, okay? And connect with the specialness, okay? I'm creating a word, specialness of you. So with that, what makes you unique, and how can you start celebrating your uniqueness instead of layering yourself in shame? It's time to change the story. So I'm really seeing this flip happen, this complete 360, where we're going from what we thought was bad about us, what was wrong, what wasn't right, and we're starting to embrace all of those disowned parts of self with compassion, with love, with understanding. And we're starting to go into that energy of, you know what, this is me. This is part of who I am. And I'm so sick of staying small. It's time for me to rise, to be great, to take hold of who I am as an individual and recognize I'm special because I am uniquely me. There's no one else in the world that's me. There's no one else that has been given the characteristics I have been given, the abilities that I have been given, and I have that divine right to use them, to exercise them, to showcase them, because that is me. And that is not being arrogant. That is not being showy or prideful. That is being confident. That is owning your innate power. So it's like really start getting real with yourself. And I'm really seeing this energy of vulnerability come in, where we're needing to actually be raw and real and stop hiding behind the fake smiles, behind the fake personas that we perhaps put out. And it's like, so where in your social media, where are you in your family life, in your friend group, in your career, where are you not being yourself? And what needs to course correct so you can be raw and truly real and true to yourself? And I'm really seeing this need to express yourself as it is, okay? So say it as it is. Who are you? How can you express that more fully and more vulnerably in your life? Because it's time to stop hiding. So I'm hearing be you, be free, and it's like this soul awakening. And they showed me this beautiful fire dancer, and it's like absolutely amazing, this true encompassing of that fire energy, that power, okay? So really needing to dance with life, to really start holding the flame. And when we think of fire, that is sometimes a big fear for people. It's like, well, it's going to hurt you. Don't touch it. Don't go near it. It's too hot. But it's like, how can we master the essence of fire? How can we start being like that fire dancer, which wields the flame gracefully and beautifully and isn't afraid? Because it's like, you can honor it. You can start feeding the fire. You can start understanding it. And with that, we're needing that harmonization, and that's really coming in with this awakening of inspiration. So they're also showing me this example of somebody who's walking over open flames. So we see this a lot in the movies, and we see this as such an empowering practice. And you can bet that that's more than likely terrifying in reality. If you were, shown this fire walk and you have to go walk on open flame or hot coals, our first instinct is like, hell no, I'm not going to do that. There's no way. I'm going to burn my feet. I'm going to do that. But it's like, how do people cross over that unscathed? And they're really drawing our attention to our mindset this week. So we might have challenges that look like that look scary, that look like they're going to hurt us, that looks, it might really test us. Okay? And so they're really showing this example, but it's like, what is your mindset? And how can we really take on the mindset that is going to empower us instead of disempower us? So once more, it's like understanding that our fears are not always real. Okay? So we're really needing to deep dive into that. What am I really afraid of? Is fear not an illusion? Okay? And really coming back to that truth, it is. Fear is an illusion. So what am I holding back for? What is it that I'm so afraid of? And how can I start tackling that head on to believe in myself, to build that confidence and have that mindset that no matter what, I'm going to go through unscathed. And it's amazing what we are capable of when we start believing in ourselves. It's amazing what we can do when we start overcoming these difficulties with a mindset of ease and grace. We can do hard things. So this beautiful reminder, don't forget your power. So with that, we're really needing, once again, this honesty with ourselves. What is it we're fearing? What is it we are allowing our worries and anxiety to run away with us with? And where do we need to course correct? Where do we need to get real and honest and go, okay, I'm done fearing this fear. I'm ready to remove it. I'm willing to go in and recognize what this fear is teaching me, what it's trying to tell me. Doing a bit of that shadow work again this week, okay? And a big highlight on forgiveness, okay? So we're really needing to have this willingness to forgive others and to forgive ourselves. So they're giving me this example of where we perhaps felt shameful for being who we were, and this can transcend to so many different scenarios. But they're really kind of showing me where we have this strong fixed belief that we're somehow wrong, or there's something wrong with us that won't be socially accepted, or our family won't accept, or whatever that fear is for you. And it's like, we need to forgive those parts of ourselves that we've told are wrong and go, okay, I forgive myself for not being that person that society dictated I be. And I'm now going to free myself, and I'm going to come to a state of acceptance that I'm not that person, but instead I am perfectly me. And I'm going to start bolstering my faith, my courage, my love of self, and funnel those energies in so I can start moving forward in my life. And the same goes for people in our lives. Those people likewise might not love you the way you need to be loved. And maybe that's not a possibility. Maybe there's a truth that we need to start seeing about others and coming to a state of acceptance and forgiveness of where they're at in their journey. Perhaps they don't have that capacity to love you the way you need to be loved at this time. Maybe they don't have the capacity to forgive, to move on, to let go, to be the person you needed them to be. But can we forgive them for that? Can we accept that that person is doing what they need to do on their journey? That this is their experience? And how can we remove the need to make it personal? Once again, coming back to oneness, coming back to that state of love, freeing ourselves from anger, bitter, resentment, and coming to this place of clarity that we need to embrace everyone as much as we embrace ourselves. So this might be a challenge for us, but it's really helping us return to that state of complete acceptance and love, and to really not hinder this process. And notice those triggers that come up with that. Why are we holding on? And recognize where you really want to be. Don't you want to be free of that? Don't you want to excel? Don't you want to live life without anger and old resentment? And so it's once again making those conscious choices, making those conscious and aware decisions of where we're really at in life and how we can shift the things that no longer resonate for who we want to be now. So really eye-opening week for that. So I'm really hearing let go of your anger, let go of your frustrations, your hurts. And I'm actually seeing some of us needing to do this in healthy ways. So literally screaming it out, screaming into your pillow, beating up a punching bag, exercising, doing things that healthily help you get out those strong emotions that might revisit this week. The unfairness of life that we sometimes feel. And it's like, feel those things, be a human being, recognize the divine truth of oneness, and we're going to get to that point, right? But it's like, really feel what you need to first. We cannot stuff those emotions down and bypass them to oneness. We need to release those things that keep us in that state. So once again, you might need to get in touch with those shadows this week. You might need to start delving deeper. Where am I unforgiving? Where am I holding a grudge? Where am I resentful? Where am I frustrated? Where am I mad? And really get honest and get those feelings out. Okay, so really, really hearing that. I'm seeing a lot of us worn down, tired. They're showing me someone who's been kind of beaten up. So it's like, how many blows have we taken in life, and how can we start saying no to being taken advantage of, not appreciated? So I'm really seeing this huge need to once more stand up for ourselves, have self-respect, and really put in those proper boundaries in place so we no longer are susceptible to those resentments and hurts and anger again, because that's what happens when our needs aren't met. When we don't speak up and say no, we get taken advantage of, we get that result. So once more, how can we change the story? How can we take control and shift the scenario so this doesn't repeat again? Okay, so if you're feeling tired, if you're feeling frustrated, if you're feeling your boundaries are crossed, recoup your energy, give yourself the love and comfort you need. Surround yourself with individuals who don't do that, who love you, who build you and reinforce good energy. And then make that action plan. Where do I need to start standing up for myself? Where do I need to make these changes? And I'm seeing this release of the weight of the world, okay? I'm also seeing a lot of us put huge mental pressure on ourselves to make decisions this week. And we're really getting the guidance to release that weight, okay? Whatever decision you make is going to be the right one for you, as long as you remain in the harmony of your heart. So once again, sit down, take a breath, connect with your heart space, and know that the answer that arises from there is always the right decision. And I'm seeing a lot of us know this. We know, we have the awareness of what we want to do, where we want to go, how we want to move forward. And it's like, have the courage and the strength to take those next steps. Once again, they're showing me energies bolstering you, helping you do this. So really connect with your why. Why am I living the life I'm living? Am I needing to further bolster up my love of self to take those steps? And I'm really getting the message that you're safe. So you might feel unsettled. You might feel fearful taking these next choices and making them, and I'm really seeing we need to take the steps anyway. Help yourself address the fears. Really move in. Okay, how can I remove them? How can I see I am always safe? And making yourself safe. So when you make those decisions, really keep that in mind. How am I going to meet my needs? How can I ensure that I feel the safety of the world around me? How can I create that environment so I'm safe to move forward? Okay, so really, really beautiful. We're really stripping away and stepping away from all that is not you, all that does not resonate with who we are, and it's absolutely stunning. So once again, cultivate that compassion and remember to have that understanding of what you're going through, okay? Do not step away from your innate knowing this week. So I'm just going to pull us some cards. Okay, this is so funny. So boom, first card is the solar plexus chakra. Surprise! So it is safe for you to be powerful and take charge of your life in positive ways. Okay, so you can't make this up. And then we have integrity. Align your actions so they match your values and inner knowingness for what is right for you. Okay, and then we have base chakra, so root chakra, all about safety. So this is too good. Choose only positive thoughts to describe your home, career, and finances, as your words determine your outcome. Wow, we cannot make this up. So your speech, be very mindful. Where are you speaking negatively? Where are you putting that energy out? Okay. Last card for us. This is so beautiful. You are loved. Okay, feeling called to read the back of this one. So you are enough just as you are, and you are loved. If you don't have a model for love, imagine yourself as a child. Perhaps you have a favorite picture of yourself as an adorable 5-year-old. Look into your own sweet eyes and acknowledge just how special you are. That child inside still needs your tenderness, and so does the adult you. Please don't abandon yourself. Instead, tap into the ocean of love inside. Wow. Wow, that is so dead on. I love pulling cards at the end. It's so beautiful. So we have so many amazing messages this week to stay true to ourselves, to showcase who we are, to claiming our empowerment, making ourselves safe again, and recognizing that we have the power to give ourselves the love we deserve now, that we have this ability to reparent ourselves, to be that strength for our inner child, to take those next steps that are necessary and needed. And I'm seeing so much celebration come in when we do this. I'm seeing so much release of all the anger, of all the hurt, of all the past wounds that we've had. And it's the shedding that's taking place that's truly we're celebrating, because it's like, you did it. You are moving into this state of where you really want to be, of who you really are. You're returning to your home, your center, yourself. And that is so we're celebrating. Woo, getting all the chills and confirmation here. So feel all the emotions this week. Let yourself ride the waves. Surrender to it, okay? Let yourself really let the universe show you what you're capable of. Even when times are tough, remember your inner warrior. Remember the bear within you. And I'm just seeing so much beauty that's truly being ushered in when you do. So my friends, that ends our weekly reading. I really hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. I feel on fire. I feel empowered. So I'm hopefully you do as well. And let me know how you like these readings, what resonates for you. Let me know. I really love hearing your feedback. I love how the messages personally resonate for you. So please reach out if they do. And of course, if I can be of any further help of service to you, I'm currently taking new clients. I'm doing Reiki trainings. So if you feel that call, honor it and let me be that support for you. Sending you all so much love and light. Have a beautiful and blessed week, my friends. Bye.